Welcome, Wrestle Buddies, to the Wrestle Buddy podcast. I'm your host, as always, Andy, and I've got an amazing guest today. Former WWE superstar, member of Cryme Tyme, NWA superstar, Jay the God, JTG. How are we doing, Jay? Thanks for joining me.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for having me. What's up?
Oh, I appreciate it.
Andy.
Everybody always gets me name wrong. Don't worry about it, mate. Yeah, but thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day, mate. It's it's always good when we have good guests on the show and stuff like that. Well, first of all, I want to ask you, I know before we start getting into any questions and that, I know you've been doing some wrestling training recently, haven't you? But so you've been training some young up and comers.
Oh yeah. Out here in LA, I have a few students. It started off with just two. You know, they're one of them are personal trainers. They've been to the same gym, and he kept hounding me for a year to ask me to train him. You know, I was one of his favorite wrestlers, and you know, it would be so great for me to train him. And I kind of like kept putting him off, like, yeah, I can show you some things, but you know, you need a ring. And he's like, if I find a ring, would you train me? I was like, yeah, if you find a ring, I'll train you. And I thought it would be an impossible task, but he found a ring, him and his buddy, and yeah, I'm training him, and word of mouth got around, and now I got me a class.
Yeah, and for that, it just shows what a good guy you are, because that class you don't actually charge the guys, do you?
No.
Yeah,
I'm giving back.
I know that. I was talking to Kid Bandit yesterday, you see, and he was telling me.
No, I haven't started charging, man. Not yet. I don't.
But just on that, you know, it's a good place to start and stuff. Are you looking to open up your own wrestling school, or is it just something that you want to pass over you?
I don't know yet. I'm still feeling it out because you know, my schedule is very busy, and then to fit in two classes, you know, it'll definitely be twice a week. I'm just trying to figure out if it works out, if it financially makes sense, I'll do it. Right now, I could definitely dedicate 2 hours of my time out of the week, but if I make it a full, it'll take a lot of energy, and I'm gonna need some help.
That's it. And obviously, you know, as the time goes on, you could probably bring more trainers in and stuff like that, you know. No, one of my friends, I used to train in MMA, mixed martial arts, and one of my friends opened up a gym, and he started off with it on his own. He's actually got fighters in the UFC at the moment, one of them being Paddy the Baddy, and he's got like about 7 trainers now, and it always makes me laugh because he used to do every class himself, where now he's built it up that much that it's that big. He's got all these trainers and everything else.
Did he charge?
yeah, he does, yeah. So he's just all right, which is good. But yeah, so we basically start off. What got you into pro wrestling in the start, Jay?
What got me into pro wrestling? Man, at the early age of 2, I knew I wanted to be a professional wrestler. My mom and my dad, they were big wrestling fans. And my mom, you know, she was just, you know, my dad liked wrestling, but my mom, she was obsessed. She had a healthy addiction to the WWF in the 80s or in the 70s too. And then I just, you know, she went to Madison Square Garden every month. Was it last year? I found a program from 1985, and it was King Kong Bunny versus Andre the Giant. I forgot what they coined it. The joust or the junk, something like that. I saw my Instagram actually, and my mom took me to that event. I was only a couple of months. I wasn't even 1 year old yet. So I was just always in it.
Yeah. So you're the same as me then. So you were born on the same year as WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, 84. Yep.
Yeah, same year. So when did you decide to take it to the next level then? I mean, obviously, you know, you grew up like me through, you know, I always say that we're lucky because we grew up through the golden era when we were little kids and we loved all the superheroes. And then when it was the Attitude Era, we were the teenagers with the raging hormones anyway.
Yeah, that definitely the golden era planted a seed, and then the Attitude Era, that was the watering. The Attitude Era, The Rock and the Jeff Hardy. Yeah, they definitely watered that seed. And when I graduated high school, I went to OVW. I went to OVW when I was 18. Yes. No, 19. I think I got the 18, 19, somewhere around there. And I got signed when I was 21.
Okay. And who was you training under in OVW?
When I first got there, my trainer was Nick Densmore. The world knows him as Eugene. Then after he left, because he got called up not too long after I got there, my trainer was Rip Rogers, and he's an amazing trainer. When it comes down to psychology, that's where I got my psychology from, and storytelling abilities from him. And then I could say I was polished up after that when I got signed by Al Snow, and he taught me the business and how to work hard cam and camera angle, learning to play to the audience and to the camera. He taught me. Al Snow did a great job of explaining to us the business.
Yeah. And he's still got OVW now, hasn't he, Al Snow?
Yep. Yes, he does.
Yeah. And what kinds of other future star were in there with you at that time? I mean, obviously, that's where Chad was in there with you, wasn't he? But
oh yeah. Oh, a lot of us came from OVW before we got called up. CM Punk, Santino Marella, Elijah Burke. I think of names of Mickey James came out of there. Who else was Chris Masters? Yeah, you have a good alumni.
Yeah. And was there anybody in there that you thought at the straight away that was going to go, up to the top, or was it kind of just you were just focusing on yourself?
There were some guys in OVW who just knew that was going to be a star. You just especially when I looked in the mirror, yeah, like when I saw CM Punk perform and how the audience gravitated towards him, I was like, yeah, he's definitely going to be a big star.
Yeah. And then you got called up to WWE. So how did you find out about that?
I found out about that actually the summer of 2006. I had just made my my local television debut with Shad, and maybe I think it was maybe May, maybe May or April, somewhere around there. And then in June, I got somewhere around June, I got signed. I got the call from John Laurinaitis. I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was ribbing me, playing a prank on me. And then when he transferred me to his assistant, and when she put me on hold, and I heard the theme music, the waiting music was WWE music. I was like, oh, this is the real deal. This is.
And was the plan always for the two of you to go together, or?
Well, Shad was signed to the WWE, but when they saw us together, they signed me and brought us up together. Yeah.
And then obviously the vignettes that come out first. So it was a while, wasn't it, before you made your debut? Was it a couple of?
I'll say it was a few months. It was relatively quick. We got signed in June of 2006, and then June, July, August, September, October, we made our Raw debut.
Yeah. And how long were you filming the vignettes for before you come in?
So we actually filmed those vignettes that you saw in Kentucky. We did it for OVW, and that's what actually got me signed was those vignettes because they were so entertaining. And Vince wanted that on Raw. He wanted that type of slapstick comedy.
Yeah. It was brilliant. They were brilliant, though. I used to love them. I thought they were excellent.
What's that, the vignettes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We filmed those in Kentucky, and then they saw it, and they were like, we want to do the same exact thing you guys did, but we're just going to use better camera work. We're going to use our production team to make it pop a little bit more. So we did the exact thing we did with on our own, but with WWE with better equipment, and that's the vignettes you guys saw.
Yeah. And the thing is even at that time, it wasn't something that you seen all the time with the vignettes and stuff. I mean, that was like a retro 80s thing, wasn't it? Where they'd show the vignette, like the Mr. Perfect vignettes and stuff like that. And that's, for me, that was what made you stand out straight away. As soon as you come up, did you have that feeling when you were doing the vignettes and that thinking, oh, this is a bit different than what you normally see?
When we originally did it, it was just us having fun. We weren't really thinking about that was gonna get us called up,
Yeah.
just having out there, and that's what usually happens. You just naturally go out there, just organically have fun. The crowds, they see that, and they the crowd gravitates towards the talent that's just having fun out there. They're not trying too hard.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And then obviously you had your first run in WWE. It didn't last that long. Why didn't it last so long in the first instance?
Yeah, well, we had the Cryme Tyme had 2 runs. The first run we had, I don't think it was a year yet. We got released. We had an incident, a backstage incident that spilled to the ring, and then got spilled to the back with politics and and a lot of heat. We were doing a storyline with Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch, and at that time we didn't get along the greatest. Me and Trevor get along great now, but back then, we were just very we worked together, but we were distant. If that makes sense. Yeah. And we had an incident, and we were the ones that got the short end of the stick, and we got released for 6 months, and we came back the day after WrestleMania in Orlando.
Yeah. And do you feel like that was always the plan for you to come back, or just like kind of a rap on the wrist and get you out the way for a bit?
I know that they wanted to make an example out of us. And then when we walked out of John Laurinaitis' door, when we were at the arena, the day we got released hours before Monday Night Raw started. We were there that Monday, but we got sent home. But when we were leaving his office, Triple H and Stephanie were standing outside, waiting for us to come out. And it was just like, I know it's bad news, but keep your noses clean, stay out of trouble, keep getting work, and the doors is always open.
Yeah.
He kind of gave me that look like, we want to bring you guys back, just stay out of trouble. It was nothing stupid. So that's what we did for the I did some traveling, and I just enjoyed my paid vacation, and
why not, isn't it?
And after a few months, we got the call.
And how did it? I know you worked with John Cena during your time in your second run. How did that come about?
I have no idea how that came about. It was just one day we came to I believe we were in New Orleans, and one of the writers came to us very excited. Oh, we got something good for you guys today. And me and Shad looked at each other like, what? And then we got the script. We found out we were about to thrash JBL's limo. Like, I always wanted to destroy a car. Now I'm getting paid on TV. This is gonna be so dope. And then I thought it was just gonna be. I didn't know if it was gonna be like us 3-4. We were gonna be like a faction. But that was the plan. And then after that, we started getting booked with him more. And I'm like, hey, we're a faction. Let's do it.
And it went down really well, didn't it? It went really well. Yeah,
I had fun, and I learned a lot working with John Cena. Especially because working with him, you got to be in the main event. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot during that time.
Back then, when you were there, was it on contracts at that point, or was it still guaranteed money, and then you got more for being in the main event scenes and stuff?
No, you got they were guaranteed contracts, but you could you get to pick what kind of contract you got. There was a guaranteed, and then there was another contract where you just whenever you work, you got paid, pretty much. Yeah.
That's good stuff, isn't it? And there was obviously some controversial stuff that happens in there as well, like the infamous Lita segment. What did you think doing that?
Say that one more time.
With Lita, the segment with Lita where you auctioned the stuff and.
Yes, Survivor Series. Yes, we and Shad was kind of concerned about that because when we got the news, we were like, "Is Lita okay with it?" And once we talked with her, and we made it very comedic and told her what we were doing, and we went over all the stuff that we were doing first with her, and she was okay with it, and she was just like, "You guys have fun." And what we did.
And you know what? That's the best way to be, isn't it? Because as long as you have fun throughout everything, then why not?
Oh, our connection is getting broken. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, yeah.
Okay, you're coming out robotic.
All right, can you hear me better now? No?
Oh, we try. Oh.
Any better?
Now you still sounding robotic, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to drop out and then drop back in? That's fine if you want to try that.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, let's do that.
Sorry about this, guys. Obviously, sometimes you'd have these things that happen. So, Josh, how are you doing, mate? I was going to say hello and
yeah, you sound totally better now.
Yeah, yeah, can I hear you fine?
Okay, all right, good. What was the question? What was the last question you asked me? I'm sorry.
So I was just saying, was that your whole your whole mindset when you were there was to have fun and enjoy the moment and enjoy everything that you were doing?
Absolutely. That was one of the things. One of the our first meetings was Vince. He was just like, "I know this is a business, but have fun."
Yeah.
All right, boss. You tell us how fun. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, did you work much with Vince during your time there? What was he like to work with?
Say that one more time.
Did you work with Vince much while you were there, and what was he like to work with?
Oh, everybody has their own experience.
Yeah.
It was since we were always like an upbeat and high energy type of team. So he kind of always, when we saw him, he gave us that same energy. Every time he saw us, it was Cryme Tyme. I mean, every time we saw each other, we kind of like mimicked him, and it was always a good encounter. Even working with him, he was cool and he was open to ideas. I enjoyed working with Vince. When I hear superstars or other talent complain, I didn't have that experience.
Yeah. I mean, I watched he done an interview last night. I don't know whether you've seen it on the Pat McAfee show.
I saw clips of it, and it was something where he said he actually told the fans thank you. That was pretty dope. That was really dope.
Yeah. And it was just like the whole thing with him where he was saying about him working, how many hours he works, and he just looked and went, "I don't never work. It's not work. It's fun." And I like that. You know what I mean? I thought, well, that's what you should be doing, shouldn't you? If you're going to do something, make sure that it's fun that you're doing. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it?
Yeah, you're working yourself to death.
But if that's what he enjoys, then that's what he enjoys, doesn't he?
Yep.
Oh, some people don't like that. Some people do. I suppose it's the way it is. I thought it was dead funny as well, where he said, if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, I just wish I had 10 seconds to say thank you. I was like, yep. Oh, good on him. So, obviously, on the you never won the tag team championships. Why do you think they never put the belts on you?
There were times where we were supposed to get it, and then last minute changes were made, and they decided to go with another team. A lot of it due to politics, a lot of it due to heat. And you know what? I came to a point in my tag team career where I was like, they could put the tag team titles on anybody, but that doesn't make them over. Being the crowd favorite, that's way better than being tag team champions. Because in tag team champions, you don't even remember, but you're going to remember Cryme Tyme.
Yeah. But obviously, still, 12 years later, and we still remember you. Know what I mean? Nobody will ever forget. And obviously, what was the backstage politics like there? Because you'd always hear there's a lot of stories about it. It's hard, and there's always people. It's not Vince you've got to get over. It's the other people around as well that you've got to get over. And
yeah, I wrote 2 books about it. I wrote 2 books about it. Damn Right I Write This Book, and the volume 2 was called Damn Right I Write This Book 2. And I pretty much talked about heat, how to avoid it, easy ways to get it. The second one was about playing the game, because if you want to make it to the top of any entertainment business in the industry, you're gonna have to know how to play the game.
Yeah. I suppose it's the same in any business, isn't it? I always have that. I work in corporate now, and I've been told a lot of times by my boss and stuff like that, I need to watch what I'm saying, because I don't come from a corporate background. So sometimes that you can't say that to somebody, or you can't stand there and do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
So you're always learning, aren't you, I suppose? And so you left WWE in 10, wasn't it? 2010?
I left I got released in 2014.
2004. Sorry, it was 2014. It was 2009 that you come back, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
for the second time.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's my fault getting my times mixed up. On your way out, there was an infamous cell. in your last match with Santino. Was that just a bit of fun on the way out?
That was a lot of fun on the way out. I didn't know that was my last. I didn't know that was going to be my last match, but I think that I don't know if you saw it or heard about it, but I ended it with a bang. Santino gave me his Cobra, and I sold it like $1 million. That was my plan. And then when I got backstage, my peers loved it. They gave me a standing ovation. They were clapping. But when I got back to my agent, I heard some people in the office weren't too happy about it.
Who was the agent for that match?
The agent for my match was at that time Rotunda. You guys, IRS.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's father, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. One of the most underrated wrestlers, I think. IRS. Obviously the gimmick was never going to get to the top because everybody hates the taxman's auntie, but it was he was a brilliant wrestler, very underrated. So after you left the WWE, what was your plans straight away when you left? Was it just to go back to the indie scene?
I wanted
some more fun.
Take a break, and then started. I wanted to work on working on being an entrepreneur, and that's what. That's one of my passions right now. That's what's I'm doing great right now with. I have two online businesses, and I have other projects I'm working on.
And what's the online businesses that you're doing?
So first one is called Sexy as Hell Beard and Body, because as you can see, I have this luxurious beard right here, and I use my own products. It's called Sexy as Hell Beard Care, and I have it's black seed infused product, so it helps your beard grow in thicker and fuller and faster. And then I also have a supplement called T-Moss, which is testosterone boosting CMOS. You could go to t-moss.com. I came up with that concept during the pandemic. I had to stay in shape, and it got pretty creative, and I found something that works. And then my buddy use it. He loved it, and it worked. So yeah, he was like, "Yeah, bottle this stuff up and sell it." T-Moss.
Yeah, it's what you want, isn't it? And is that worldwide shipping, or is it just US at the moment?
No, you have a worldwide shipping.
Oh, happy to. I'll have to have a look at that myself. I take at the moment I'm having Bulgarian Stribulus, which is pretty similar, but it's probably a bit more calmer, so I'll have to have a look at the other stuff. So what else are you looking on doing? Is it just these two businesses you've got running, or are you just always looking to add to your portfolio?
I'm always adding to my portfolio. I'm big into crypto, NFTs. I did a Cryme Tyme NFT collection. You guys can check that out on OpenSea. 10 pieces of art, different tiers. There's silver, bronze, gold, and platinum. So check that out on OpenSea's Cryme Tyme NFT collection. Huh?
Do you own the intellectual properties of Cryme Tyme?
Me and Shad did at one moment, but Shad was the one who did most of got the attorney and got the paperwork. I spoke to his wife about it a few months ago, and I'm trying to get that transferred to our names, because whatever we do, I still keep her and Shad's son Araya as half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to get back on that.
That's good. But so it's probably a good time to talk about Chad. Obviously, sadly he passed away, and what a hero he really is. And it's not something I shy away from talking about, because everyone should know how brave he really was with his son. I'm a dad myself. I've got an 11-year-old boy, and nothing but respect and the pride to him. How was his family doing? Are they all well?
Oh, they're doing great. Yeah, I actually spoke to Ciliana, his wife, a few days ago. Yeah, the family's doing good. Family's doing real good. I stay in touch. We stay in touch with each other, and yeah.
Brilliant. And are you looking to do any kinds of shows to remember him or anything like that going forward, or is it just?
We were planning on doing something, but they really wanted me there. But like this past year, yeah, my booking picked up a lot. After this what would you call it? A reboot, a reboot of my look. And yeah, my bookings picked up, so it was very hard to get the schedule to align. But yeah, we will definitely do something in honor of Shad very soon.
Yeah. And just one thing with the WWE, I know Hall of Fame time's coming up again, and they have a special award called the Warrior Awards, which is an inspirational award. Surely Shad should be getting that at some point. If not, I don't know why he hasn't already.
I hope so, and hopefully I'm shooting for LA because that's where Shad and I both live for a large portion of our later years, and he has a lot of friends and family here. So maybe LA. If not, this year in Dallas, that would be great as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. Have you had any conversations with them trying to push that home or anything like that with them?
No, I don't push anything with WWE. You can't you can't push anything.
Yeah, we should. Guys who are watching, you should go online and start using a hashtag. You know what I mean? Because it's something that should be happening. I'll tell you that for a fact. Power of the internet normally gets them eventually. In the end, I know I was part with the British Bulldog. We were always pushing and pushing and pushing. You know, his daughter Georgie done a lot for to get him in the Hall of Fame. And obviously, you know, I live about 40 minutes away from where Davey Boy Smith lived when he was growing up, him and Dynamite Kid. And so, like, we were all behind it, pushing it over here, and then it got a lot of attention. And finally, as we said last year, he actually went in, didn't he? You know, so it was really good to get him there in the end.
You're breaking up again. Hold on one second. Nope. Yeah, do you have to? What did you do last time? Do it again.
Saying when the British Bulldog was getting him into the Hall of Fame.
The audio. Hold on. Let me see.
No problem.
Can you talk?
Yep. Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? You've got on mute. There you go. You're back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sound robotic.
Still robotic. just drop out and drop back in again if you want to.
Okay, no problem.
Live again. This is what happens when we go live, guys. Obviously, Jay's just had a little bit of an issue. He'll be back in less than a minute, potentially. Well, we hope so anyway. So, oh, God. Well, thanks for everyone who watched it. Josh, I'm glad you're doing well, mate. Good to see that. And thanks for watching, as always. You know, I've seen you a couple of times now. I appreciate every one of you who comes in and watches. It's, I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have Jay back shortly, and then we'll be able to crack on again. Oh. Well, anybody watching pay-per-views this weekend? Any idea what it's going to be good and what's not? Nope. Yeah, we go. He's back.
All right.
Here we go.
The audio does that every now and then. You start talking about it. I apologize.
Yeah. I was just saying the power of the internet. So when Davey Boy Smith went into the Hall of Fame, you know, for years people were kind of saying he should be going in, and then his daughter Georgia, she started like a campaign, and you know, all of us over here got involved, and we were pushing and pushing and pushing, and obviously he listened in the end, and they got him in.
I don't know why would they have to push him. He's a he's a legend. Like, wow.
You know, it's crazy. Second, I think he was the only second ever Brit to go into the Hall of Fame.
Who was the first one?
Lord Alfred Hayes.
Lord Alfred Hayes. Any chance of Davey Boy? Not Davey Boy. Dynamite.
I don't think so. Mate. You know, hopefully, maybe one day. I hope he does. Because I think Dynamite was in it. You know, he was an innovator, wasn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least the Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs should win.
Yeah, I think there's more chance of him going in as part of the Bulldogs than I think he's going in on his own.
Yeah.
Because I know he wasn't the biggest fan of WWE in his final years. As I said, he lived like 20 minutes up the road from me. For the last bit of his life. Sadly, he was in a wheelchair for most of it, which was kind of sad. But yeah, he didn't have much nice to say about the WWE. So I don't think they may not take him on board because of that. So, well, hopefully not anyway. So, you know, let's talk about where you're up to now then. So you're in NWA at the moment, and obviously you're doing other stuff. How you find it in NWA? I'm loving it at the moment with watching it.
Oh, I love NWA. The locker room there is amazing. They really handpick their talent. And the locker room is it's it's a very good peace of mind workplace.
Yeah.
And that's what it's when you're in an environment like that, the creativity, the ideas just come because you're having fun, and everyone else around you wants to see you succeed because if everybody succeeds, you succeed. If, everybody else succeeds.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously with NWA, like one of the guys who works for Wrestlebuddy, he's Dale. He done a video on 5 reasons why you should watch NWA. It was a while back, and I obviously watched that, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I wish I was in the US so I could watch this. And he said, mate, it's on YouTube. And I was like, what? So went on and started watching it. And for me, it's the best episodic wrestling program on TV at the moment.
Thanks.
Out there. I really think they've got it spot on like that, and it's something totally different than what's on elsewhere, which is just awesome. So are you looking to stay with NWA long term, or are you looking to go elsewhere, anywhere else, like maybe back over to Japan or AEW, WWE again, anywhere like that?
Well, I've never been to Japan, so that's definitely something on my bucket list. And when it comes to AEW or WWE, I go where I'm wanted. I didn't call NWA, NWA called me, and and we had a great mutual agreement, and since then I've been having a blast, and they enjoy having me, and I enjoy being there, and that's likewise been.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's fine. So has WWE ever tried to reach out to you to go into a Royal Rumble or like a one-off appearances?
No. But me and Chad and I were at I believe it was 2018. Yeah, we were backstage, and we did speak to the head of talent relations, and they were they said if the door is open, if it makes sense, let's do it. And we sent some stuff, up to date stuff that we were doing at the time, and some emails were sent back and forth, but nothing really manifested out of that.
Yeah. And have you had any kinds of interest from AEW, or have they reached out to you at all or anything like that?
Nope, not at all.
No. And what's your thoughts on AEW and how they're going as a product at the moment? And I know they've signed a lot of talent, which is like really swelled up, and it's looking like there's problems getting everybody on TV and stuff at the moment. What's your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, that's exactly one of the issues. I'll be very hesitant to going to AEW is because they have a lot of talent. I'm and everybody, there's only a certain amount of time for TV slots. So yeah, that'll be one of my issues. I know I have no problem standing out, but again, those politics.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's already happened on there. You can see who the EVPs are when it's on the television. And obviously, they've just gone and bought Ring of Honor. What's your thoughts on them purchasing Ring of Honor? Do you think it's a good move for them?
I definitely think it's a good move for AEW, especially getting the library. It's a very good investment, and congratulations to Tony Khan.
Yeah, well, the thing I said to one of my mates the other day when he said he had a special announcement, I said he's bought Ring of Honor because I always thought he'd buy Ring of Honor because the first ever AEW pay-per-view happened under the Ring of Honor banner, all out. So that's part of that thing. So imagine being a company and not owning the inaugural pay-per-view. I mean, I know it wasn't under the AEW banner, but that all-out pay-per-view, all-in pay-per-view led to AEW being the one they had in with Cody and the Young Bucks and stuff before they made AEW. Yeah. So that was part of that library, and I was thinking he's got to go for that. But then when he made an announcement the other week and he said there was an NDA, so he couldn't go too far, I went, he's bought that because if you sign a talent or something, you don't have really an NDA as the promoter. You wouldn't have an NDA to say you can't announce anything until that point. And I was thinking it's got to be a business transaction. And I thought, well, it'll be Ring of Honor because he'll want that library. And hopefully maybe now they can get a streaming service, which is good for us fans because we get the Ring of Honor, all the old Ring of Honor stuff coming out as well with the backlog, and hopefully AEW will come off pay-per-view and go on a streaming service. So, you seen Cody Rhodes, obviously I know you worked with Cody back in the day. And sorry?
No, say it again, I'm sorry.
Cody Rhodes, I know you worked with him back in the day, didn't you, in WWE? He was there when you were there and stuff, and obviously he was one of the founding members of AEW. What's your thoughts on him leaving there?
I'm not too sure. From what I know, is only stuff that I've seen on social media, and I'm still trying to see if it's a work or not. Because
Well, do you know what? Bandit, when I was talking to Bandit about this yesterday, right?
Yeah.
What he said to me was very, very interesting. He turned around and said, Cody has left AEW. No, what he thinks is, this is his take on it. He thinks that when Tony Khan was in the advanced part of buying Ring of Honor, him and Cody have come up with this scam to say he's leaving AEW and not coming back, and then he's going to debut at Ring of Honor.
Kind of like what Shane did with Vince McMahon. Vince thought he bought.
Yeah, not kind of like not like a kind of ownership type of story, but more of a, well, I'm not in AEW, I'm in Ring of Honor, even though he's still under the umbrella type of thing, you know.
That's a good storyline. That would be cool. Then you have Ring of Honor versus AEW.
Yeah, and you could have Cody leading the Ring of Honor guys versus the AEW locker room. There's a lot of possibilities, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
I like it. That's actually a good. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, hopefully that'll go. So what's your thoughts on like the kind of, I mean, it seems to be more from the AEW section. They feel like they're trying to compete with WWE. I don't really see it the other way around. Do you think this is kind of the AEW getting to that point, or are they still way off?
They're getting there. I mean, they got some. They still got some ways to go, but they're getting there. Yeah, WWE. They're on a that mainstream level, and also besides the mainstream level, they have that what's the word I want to use for this? The loyalty, those years of loyalty from the fans.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's the mainstream fans that are the. That's what I always say at the moment. Like, I like wrestling. I've always liked wrestling, and I've always liked WWE, but I love WCW. I used to like ECW back in the day, and you know, I've always liked all the different ones of it. And I feel like, you know, AEW is really good wrestling wise and stuff, but they haven't kind of got the entertainment part right yet. They're still working. I mean, the stuff between CM Punk and MJF at the moment's spot on, but
yeah, they need to get their especially the vignettes, those sitcoms.
Yeah,
they get in there. You know, nothing happens. Rome wasn't built overnight.
No, that's it. So just before we finish, I'm going to do a bit of a quick fire round that we normally do, and then we'll have a little last 5 minutes of chat about what the plans are going forward, Jay. Okay. So just a yes or no questions. Who's the best superstar of the modern era for you?
Of the modern era, what year would you say? Attitude era, or?
Well, go on. Let's go for. I'll tell you what. Then let's go for golden era first.
Golden era definitely got to be Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Attitude.
I'll give it to the Stone Cold. It's between Rock and Stone Cold, but I'll give it to Stone Cold.
Okay. The Ruthless Aggression era.
Ruthless Aggression era. I'll give it to Cena. No, Brock. Cena. Brock. Yeah, Brock was killing it that day.
And modern day today.
Roman is doing a good job right now.
He really is, isn't he? Do you know what I said about Roman the other week is when Roman Reigns used to talk a lot and stuff like that, when he was the big dog, he wasn't really connecting or nothing like that. I think nowadays he says more with a flick of his eyebrow or a dip of his eyes than he ever did when he was speaking loads.
Yep.
You know, it just seems to be like, like when, do you know what I mean?
Well, you say more with his eyes?
So, like, when he used to speak a lot, when he was like the big dog and he'd have him speaking and doing all sorts, where now, like, a couple of weeks ago when they had the contract sign and he's sitting at the table and he just goes and looks like that, and it's like he speaks more with his face than he does actually speaking words.
Yeah, I like that better. Less is more.
Yeah. Vince McMahon or Tony Khan? It's a question that's in there. I don't even know which way you're going to go with this.
I'll always go with Vince.
Impact Wrestling or Ring of Honor?
Ooh, Impact Wrestling or Ring of Honor? Impact.
Brilliant. Nick Aldis or Kenny Omega?
Kenny Omega or who?
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis.
Brilliant. Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar?
I'm gonna go with Roman.
MJF or The Miz?
Ooh, MJF for the. I hope that match actually happens sometime in the future on some other dimension. I will go with MJF.
Brilliant. Okay, so we'll look to wrap up then, Jay. But do you want to tell us what your plans are? What's coming forward? Have you got any plans over WrestleMania? Anything like that? Are you going to Dallas?
Yeah, I'll be in Dallas. I'll be there for the culture. Definitely will be there for that. Wale Mania is gonna be dope this year, and we'll see if I'll be at attendance at WrestleManias. We'll see. We'll see how those floor prices are looking.
You don't get backstage, get someone to get you the ticket.
Yeah, I just go to the go. I like to enjoy WrestleMania as a fan from when I was. Yeah.
And you got any plans to travel or anything like that? Any plans to come to the UK anytime soon?
I'm working on getting to Germany in this summer. I'm working out some of the final stages, and then once we get negotiated, yeah, I'm looking forward to coming to Germany.
Happy days, good stuff, good stuff. And anything else that you've got plans? You want to tell anybody what you've got? Anything coming up? Anything you want the guys to go and check out?
As of right, one I signed an NDA NDA, so no, I can't talk about that. But like what we talked about earlier, you can follow me on Instagram, JTG121084, Twitter, JTG1284. If you got a beard and you want it sexy as hell, thicker and fuller, go to beardcare.com. And if you have want to get the matching body sense, you want to smell good from head to toe, you got you covered. And if you want to get these guns, like I got one right here, you want to go to t-moss.com and get you a bottle of testosterone boosting sea moss. And yeah, that's about it.
Brilliant. We'll make sure we put the links down below and we get a chance as well in the thing for you. But Jay, you've been a fantastic guest, mate. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. And Wrestlebuddies, thank you for joining us as well. Obviously, I said I'll look you up when I come to LA because I'll ask you to go and find me a chemist to hook me up when I'm over there. So, well, Jay, thanks so much, mate. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you for having me, man.
Brilliant. Well, Wrestlebuddies, thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And join us again. We'll be back tomorrow with our weekly podcast. But until then, guys, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye now.